Yes, yes. Oh, 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 yes, yes. Hello. Oh, yes, yes. Come quickly. Yes, it's. I must say, it's a jungle out here. Yes, it's a jungle. But hello, hello. Yes, and good evening, everybody. It is I, everybody's favorite figure, Nobo, and of course we are back. Yes, we are back once again for another riveting segment. And of course, um, as you know, it is that special time of the week where we start some quality time together and we basically nerd out about all things figure, photo, merchandise, memorabilia related of all kinds, shapes, colors, and sizes. You best believe anything of that sort you're going to find right here on this channel. Because we're not only coming at you live from TikTok, but we're also coming at you live from my YouTube channel as well. Feel free to check that out if you want to. You know, hey, I'm always happy to help and always happy to welcome newcomers to all sorts and sizes. But before the holiest of holiest moments, please do me a favor. Go grab yourself something to drink. Go grab yourself something to eat. Or even then, if you just want to get a snack or if you just want to chill, that's perfectly fine too, because I want everybody to know that this is a green zone. Everybody is welcome here. Trust and believe. But go ahead and go and help yourself. No need to worry about me because I had my dinner not too long ago, and of course it was delicious. But tonight we're actually introducing a new drink. Of course, it is one of the newest Mountain Dew flavors to hit the shelves. This one, of course, is called Liberty Chill. Oh my goodness! Hello and greetings, chicarita. ¿Cómo estás, mi amiga? ¿Cómo estás? I'm working, so I don't know how long I can. That's okay. That is all right. That is all good. I know you're a busy lady. Don't even trip about that. I know work is important. Trust and believe. How is work, by the way? I hope work has been treating you nice. I hope it's been treating you well. Because if not, I mean, I'm just saying, I'm in the car. I know how to get there. So I'm just saying. You better tell him. You better ask about me. That's all I'm saying. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh yes, of course. Before I forget, if you guys are hearing any noises in the background that sounds like a jungle, trust and believe that's only for strictly aesthetic purposes only. I'm not in a rainstorm or anything. I just feel like it would, fit tonight's vibe, which very good reason. Heck. Yes, yes, and trust and believe. Hey, I got you. I got you, Chicken Red, like you got me. Okay, so don't even worry about that. And again, all work has been nice to you. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go down there and get a little rough with them, and I don't want to have to unless I have to. Okie dokie. And of course, remember, hydration also. I know if you haven't today, please do me a favor and hydrate, whether it's a drink of water or something else. For the love of all things holy, please keep hydrated. But we have at that 3-minute marker, so we are going to go ahead and get started. I do hope that you guys are having a wonderful evening. So I want to say hello and welcome back for those who are just joining us. Or if you're going to be watching this as a highlight, welcome as well. Thank you so much for the sharing the channel, Chikorita. Thank you so much. Thank you. So for tonight's epic episode, I thought we could actually introduce again another 2 new faces straight from the world of Marvel. Both of them a pair of primal heroes, but heroes most of all nonetheless. So again, I invite you guys to please sit back, relax, kick your feet up, take a deep breath, and just chill and mellow out with your boy. And of course, wherever you are watching, I hope that you are keeping safe. I hope you are keeping hydrated. And of course, that is important to me because you guys are important to me because, again, you are the lifeblood of this channel, and I can never thank you enough. So why don't we go ahead and get started? Uh-oh. Hi, Yoshi. What are you doing over there? You're not going to jump up on this table, cat. Okay, it's taken. You got to get your own table. Go lay on the bed. Oh, yeah. And by the way, Jess, if you're watching still, if you get the chance, tell Scarlett I said, thank you so much, Jess. Thank you so much. That's for the heart. That's for you. Trust and believe. I love you so much. Thank you. Okay, so first up, I'd very much like to get the show started by introducing our leading lady of the evening. Now, just do me a favor, folks. One particular thing I invite you guys to do is please don't pay attention to the whispers. Just trust and believe when I say that. So please help me welcome our first guest of the evening, Miss Renee Sinclair, aka Wolfsbane. Now, don't stare. I'm serious. Don't stare. But that's right, folks. The outstanding hero has made her debut this fine Friday evening. And of course, she's brought a whole lot with her than a killer haircut. She's brought with her a big story to tell. So again, why don't we give her out of the plastic imprisonment? Go. And I thought ahead and I cut the devil's tape. So let him take a look at you. Check her out. Dang. And as you can see, she's actually sporting her X-Men uniform because, again, she's part of the X-Men. Jess, thank you so much for the roses. Oh, they smell divine. Thankfully, they're not triggering my allergies, so I can smell them all day long. Just saying. But again, she's rocking a killer haircut, an X-Men uniform, and of course, we're going to talk a little bit of history about her. She does come with 2 interchangeable hands, both of them the fists, of course. And of course, her story goes a little bit like this. But I want to point out that Miss Sinclair here, she possesses an ability known as lycanthropy. And basically what that is a transformation when one person can transform from human to a large wolf. And her story, her origin goes a little bit like this. She was actually born in the North Highlands of Uyapool, Scotland. And she was actually delivered to Dr. Moira McTaggart. Hello and good evening, Mother. How are you? Who happened to actually live in the local lands of Scotland itself. And Renee's mother, who ironically, and now it's going to get a little bit, maybe 18 plus here, but that's only for a split second. So just cut me some slack here. Her mother was actually a local sex worker who never really knew her as she died in childbirth, and that night when she was born, that was actually when the event happened. Thanks so much for the roses, man. I appreciate you. They smell divine. Thank you so much. But her father, he played a different role. He was actually a local Presbyterian minister, Reverend Craig, who actually raised Renee and as an orphan. Just kidding. Yes, I know, of course. But she actually, again, she was actually an orphan without revealing that he was her father from an illicit relationship. When Reverend Craig's, treatment of Renee during her first 14 years was unbelievably harsh, but that was only because since he was, a religious person, he instilled a strict religious and traditionally Catholic moral code into her from a young age to sort of compensate for his own lapse in character, which actually led to her conception. And when she actually first developed her mutant powers, known as lycanthropy, for a time being, she was actually mistaken for a werewolf. And a group of terrified religious locals actually believed that she had been possessed by the devil, which, I mean, that's typical, because if you're different, people are going to be like that, especially if you're a werewolf. But, that's best for another time. Whenever she was led by Reverend Craig, they actually chased Renee across the Scottish Highlands. And at the end of the chase, she actually fell unconscious and actually reverted to her human form at the feet of Dr. Moira McTaggart, who at the time actually saved her from the destructive-looking mob. Now, also in that moment was when Dr. McTaggart actually became a surrogate mother to the young mutant and took her under her protection. Then we fast forward a couple of years when she's a little bit more of a teenager. And when actually Dr. McTaggart actually took Renee to America to be schooled by the much renowned Professor Charles Xavier, in which, of course, he opened his arms to the young lycanthrope, my apologies, to actually welcome her with open arms and to remind her that her mutation is nothing to be afraid of. It's something to embrace and to, just sort of, to be proud, of who you are and what you are, because honestly, I feel like due to the fact that she had just a terrible upbringing, with a shit mother and a shit father, she actually deserved to go to that school. But before we get into the fun facts, I also want to point out that this is part of one of the newest lineups that did come up, and of course, it is part of the build a big figure, and this one in particular is the Zabu. It's and who is Zabu? I'm about to show that to you guys, but not because I have all the parts, but because our next guest of the evening bears a very, very big and gracious connection with that character. But before that, I want to share these fun facts with you guys. For example, did you guys know that she has extremely, extremely accurate tracking abilities? And of course, yes, that is due to her lichen side. But I mean, can you blame her? And of course, she actually made her debut in September of 1982 in one of the X-Men editions. I can't remember which one it was, but I do know it was one of the X-Men editions. And probably the most interesting fact is that this actually goes out to the Game of Thrones fans, and of course, me, I am one of them. She was actually portrayed by young actress Maisie Williams from the Game of Thrones series in the live-action film known as The New Mutants. And if you guys don't know who Maisie Williams is, then I invite you to look up Arya Stark. Trust and believe. I'm pretty sure it'll click then. Get a swig here. I need a swig. Of course, this Mountain Dew is really good. Did you guys know this is a combination of over 50 flavors? Yeah, 50 flavors. And this is how I do. Yeah, lovely. But I also feel like I didn't show the folks on YouTube real quick. Check her out. Again, this is Wolfsbane. So happy to have her as part of my crew. All right, Wolfie. Just chill right there for me, okay? Just chill right there. Yes, I do the do. Yes, I do the do. The do's. Okay, fine. I don't mean to be too much like that. It's the sugar. Ooh, it's the sugar. But I can't help that. I love Mountain Dew. But trust and believe, I limit myself to sugar intake when it comes to Mountain Dew. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and move on. So, next up, we're actually going to be grabbing onto the vines. And, of course, we're going to be taking a swing through the jungle region to introduce our next guest of the evening, who really gives a whole new meaning to the term. Yes. So, ladies and gents, give another big Wolfpack welcome to Mr. Kevin Plunder, a.k.a. the Kazar. Yes, Kazar. Yes, you heard me right, folks. Mr. Loincloth himself has joined his fellow hero, Wolfsbane. Jesus Christ. What? You act like you never heard me do that before, mother. Let me get him out of there. And again, this is one of the newest lamps I have procured. Dang, he's got some accessories with him. Lovely. Right, bam. Check him out. And I know what you're saying. I know what you're thinking. But isn't he just a Tarzan ripoff? Oh, no. No, my friends. He is much more than that. Okie dokie. Now, again, like I said, he does come with a couple of accessories, but I very much want to share his long story with you all. So, again, when his story goes a little bit like this. When Kevin was young, his father actually led an expedition to Antarctica for a very rare element, which they found in the jungles of an area known as the Savage Lands, where this anti-metal was actually known later as vibranium. Yes, vibranium, the very thing that's made up of Captain America's shield and Black Panther's suit. And when it was found, there was actually a time when his ruthless agents tried to steal Lord Plunderer's stash of vibranium, and he actually separated his two children and left for refuge in the Savage Land with his eldest son known as Kevin. And when Lord Plunder was actually killed, however, by the natives of the Man-Ape tribe, although Kevin was actually saved all of a sudden by an appearance of a saber-toothed tiger known as Zabu. Yeah, see, I told you. And Zabu actually took Kevin with him into the Savage Lands and, of course, into the lands of the Mists. And the Man-Apes called him Kazar, which basically means son of the tiger. And when Khazar actually grew up in the land of the Mists alongside Zabu, he actually taught him how to survive. Yes, I know, a saber-toothed tiger taught a man how to survive, but he's no ordinary saber-toothed tiger. And we fast forward a couple of years when Khazar had actually grown up to be an adult. He had actually abandoned his former life of privilege for that of a savage. And he actually survived in the harsh lands of the Savage Lands, where his brother called himself Parnival Plunderer. And he finally found his brother and reunited with him. And unfortunately, it didn't go as well because he actually fought Khazar for his half of their father's key. Now, the significance of the key is that it would actually serve as a catalyst, if you will, to activate the vibranium's properties of melting other metals in its area. So like if you have the key at your disposal and it's activated, if there are other metals in the area, like, I don't know, sometimes maybe copper, sometimes maybe just metal, or even then steel of some sorts, it would melt it almost instantly. And Khazar eventually regained his knowledge of his British upbringing when acting like an irreverent Americanized adventurer. Oh, my apologies, folks. My apologies. Staying in the Savage Lands, however, as its self-proclaimed protector, Khazar had many, many adventures and actually teamed up with a lot of superheroes. Yes, that included such teams as the Avengers, the Young Avengers, I want to say the Secret Society, but I don't know that to be accurate, so my apologies on that, folks. And of course, yo, what up, brother? How you doing? How you doing, man? What's up? What's up? What's up, huh? We fast forward a little bit later on down the line, because even though he was a man of the jungles, trust and believe, he was a man and he did have needs. Now, during that time, he actually later met and married an individual known as Shanna the She-Devil. And more recently, they actually had a son known as Matthew. And Khazar and Shanna only left the Savage Lands for a brief time when the two were actually rescued by the Avengers after a giant alien terminus succeeded in actually destroying the whole of the Savage Lands. And they actually wandered the world, but they later found the Savage Land regenerating itself. And of course, in that time, they decided to return. What is that? TGIF? Yes, TGIF. Oh my goodness, TGIF. It's Friday. Yes, indeed. They were actually on hand to aid such friends as the X-Men. And of course, during that time, Magneto, who actually confronted Zaldane and her Savage Land mutates. And of course, the Submariner, who fought various corporations from excavating the land's resources. And of course, more recently, Khazar, if I remember right, he actually left with Shanna, and of course, he wanted to pursue his brother, who actually stole the alien technology that enabled the Savage Land to sort of maintain its environment and its integrity. Now, they ultimately defeated Parnival and regained what he had lost. And of course, his master, who was, I'm not talking about Khazar, I'm talking about Parnival's master. He actually defeated him and the Cosmic Titan Thanos. And of course, in doing so, they returned to the Savage Lands, where he actually ruled over as a king with his queen, Shanna, alongside of him, where they look after the Savage Lands, and of course, they keep it safe from any and all who trespass there or who seek to cause harm. What the heck? A sneaky gnome. What's a sneaky gnome going to do? Is there a gnome in here? Why would you send a gnome? Good Lord. Goodness gracious. Okay, so before we get into the fun facts, I want to share this stuff with you guys, because since he is a man of the jungle, you gotta have defense against certain things, heck. And of course, what is, of course, a man in the jungle without his trusty knife, of course, his knife, capable of, pretty much cutting anything. I don't know about vibranium, but hey, I don't know. I mean, heck. Trusty Bowie knife. And of course, since he is, again, a man of the trees and a man of the... he has to rock a spear. Now, Are the weapons he has vibranium? I want to say yes, but quite frankly, I don't really know because I didn't get a chance to research that. So I do hope that you guys can forgive me. Jeez, they're pretty sharp. Yeah, pretty sharp, Kazar. Thanks for telling me. But for example, did you guys know that Kazar here, he's actually Marvel's oldest character? And of course, the only reason I say that is because his first he was first published in the year 1936. But here's the catch. His first official Marvel debut was in 1965 in issue number 10 of the X-Men. And of course, now this goes out to you DC fans. Now don't hurt me on this, but I'm just saying he actually predates the creation of Superman by 2 whole years. Yeah, I kid you not, honestly. Now, and I know that I said this already, but just to reiterate, for those of you guys who are wondering who Zabu the tiger was, he was in truth his trusted companion, but he was the saber-toothed tiger he met, and of course was the one who actually raised him in the Savage Lands and taught him everything that he knew on how to survive. Just re-throwing that out there. Just saying. Phew. But hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here, folks. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot over to my Twitch to do some gameplay. But I invite you guys to please come over and join me. You know, we're gonna chill, maybe play some more First Ascendants. We're gonna have a good time. And of course, I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another riveting episode. So, as always, folks, feel free to hit the subscribe button when it does appear here. Feel free to smash that like button, smash that share button, smash that follow button. And of course, check these videos out as well when they do appear. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for all the likes, the comments, the gifts, the shares, all of that. You guys are breathtaking. I love you all so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week for another riveting episode. So, as always, stay safe, stay awesome, stay weird, stay yourselves, be zen as always, and peace.